I'm Alex Kyriakidis, President of Marriott International for the Middle East and Africa region.
Okay, well, good morning, and thank you for taking a few moments to speak to Breaking Travel News today.
Pleasure.
You're fresh from the stage here at AHIV 2017. How would you describe the mood among investors here in Africa this year?
I think despite what I might call the perfect storm across the Middle East and Africa region of the oil price crash, strong dollar, geopolitics, bit of terrorism thrown in, oversupply in some markets, we are extremely bullish about Africa. We're so bullish about Africa that 3.5 years ago, we're the only hospitality company that made a direct investment into Africa in acquiring Protea for over $200 million. And frankly, there's been no looking back for us ever since. We catapulted to the #1 slot in Africa as a result of the Protea acquisition. And now with the Starwood acquisition, our platform has expanded yet again. Today we have 35,000 rooms in Africa in operation and under construction. We are operating 20 countries and will grow to 26 countries as the pipeline converts. And we have 12 of our brands today in Africa, but again, growing those to 16 as the pipeline converts. So we are very bullish on Africa.
I saw you greeting the Prime Minister of Rwanda here this morning. Do you feel there's a growing awareness among African political leaders of the value of hospitality to development?
To be honest with you, I can draw an analogy with the Middle East. Until now, the Middle East was very comfortable, driving their economies on the back of the oil price. But since the oil price crashed, they have had to start looking and saying, where do I get my growth into the future? And many have come to the realization that travel and tourism is a huge catalyst for economic growth and economic activity. Look at the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which is 2030 vision, doing just that. The same is happening here. Many countries in Africa are beginning to say, look, given the commodity prices, given the oil prices, how can we stimulate our economies? And domestic tourism, especially domestic tourism in Africa with 1.1 billion people, that's where the potential is. And so we're seeing now interest in that tourism strategy emerging, and no better country than Rwanda, given the commitment made by the Prime Minister this morning to this industry.
So in the mid to long term, it's almost a guarantee of success. There'll be so many more people. The demographics are very much in favor of the markets growing here.
I think that's right. I think the demographics, the growth in population from 1.1 to 2.2 billion people by 2050 is going to create a pent-up demand for travel, but we need to be careful. I think the era of popping up luxury hotels right across Africa is over, and I think now we need to think more carefully about that future traveler. And that future traveler not necessarily having the budget for a luxury experience, actually more likely to have a budget-conscious traveler. So more of the demand, and we predict we are going to grow another 35,000 rooms over the next 5 years in Africa. That much of that demand is going to be for select service brands and budget brands, and that's where we see the real growth.
And does Starwood give you more options there? You've obviously taken a number of brands into the Marriott portfolio. There's a number of sectors there to help you grow.
Absolutely. We expanded our brand portfolio from 20 to 30 brands as a result of Starwood, and some of them are at the heart of the select service space, such as Four Points and such as Aloft.
Well, certainly a very exciting future, and thank you very much for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.